Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Double Legacy Shadow Mewtwo in the Sidekick Cup. This Pokemon hits ridiculously hard. You're going to see so many one-shots. You're going to see some incredible sweeps in this one. I'm just going to let you know right off the bat, this is not a team meant for climbing at all. None of the teams are. I'm using it in two different teams. This is just a bit of fun. It's actually a lot of fun. Going right into the first game, we lead into an Alolan Raichu, which is a pretty good lead. I do try to save shields for my Shadow Mewtwo, or at least that's the plan with this first team. I do change that plan up a little bit in the second team. So I take this, although I think it's a wild charge, and it ends up not being a wild charge. So that's pretty nice. Then they swap in a Malamar, and well, this team does have a few weaknesses. Malamar being one of them. It's not the best team in the world, I'm not gonna lie. So we have to swap in Cresselia to just take these foul plays. Cresselia can take 2 foul plays, which is what I really like about it. It's a very good sponge, which I think Mewtwo really needs to have. Like just an extra shield, basically. So we throw the Moonblast, and they shield it. And now we can still take this foul play, but it puts us in a range where I don't think we can get to another Moonblast, so go for another Grass Knot. But I think my opponent thinks that I'm weak to Malamar, so they actually shield again. And you know what's really good against the team with no shields left? Shadow Mewtwo. So we bring in Bronzong just to make the Malamar throw a bit of energy. I think it still has a little bit of residual energy, but then it is Mewtwo time. Of course, we have to shield everything, but being allowed to farm up energy on a Pokemon that does basically no fast move damage is very nice. They swap in Alolan Raichu, we go for the Side Strike. This is resisted, but Mewtwo does not care about not very effective. Just takes out the Raichu, and now they bring back in Malamar. We can just keep farming. They throw the next foul play immediately, so they're 5 away from the next one. It always takes 5 for the foul plays. So we go up to the CMP, and well, Shadow Mewtwo wins every single CMP, I think. So yeah, and then they bring in a Victini. How much does a Shadow Ball do to this thing? I think you already know before you even see it. Boom! We take out the Victini with Shadow Mewtwo, and we take the first game. Next game, we lead into another Alolan Raichu. Good lead. You kind of have to get a good lead if you want to win with this team. They go for a move right away. I take it once again, and this time it's a wild charge. Bronzong can take it, and then they bring in a Galarian Rapidash. I'm thinking they're probably going to shield this, but if I stay in, they're going to be allowed to farm up so much energy before throwing their Body Slam, so I would rather just swap in my Cresselia immediately to not give them all that energy, because Bronzong is just so slow. And then they throw the Mega Horn. I let them get to another Body Slam because I think I can live it, and that means they're going to get out of this matchup with basically no energy, which is pretty nice. We still get off the Moonblast. And they probably think I'm weak to Galarian Rapidash in the back since they spent the second shield. So now they have 0 shields. And what is good against the team with no shields? Shadow Mewtwo. We bring in Shadow Mewtwo. They bring in a Galarian Slowbro. And you might say, well, Shadow Ball is super effective. Wouldn't you want to go for that? You just don't need to. Because neutral damage, Side Strike, boom, takes out the Galarian Slowbro. They bring in Raichu. I don't want to take the Volt Switch, so I go for the Side Strike immediately. And we take it out. Not very effective damage. Does not matter. They bring back in the Galarian Rapidash. And we go for another not very effective Side Strike. It just doesn't matter. Boom! Mewtwo sweeps the entire team. It is so ridiculous. Up shields. Unless they have fast move pressure. Bruxish is an issue. Next game, we lead into another Alolan Raichu. Maybe we just have to face Alolan Raichus in order to win these. I'm basically only showing you the good games. There were a lot of bad games as well, not gonna lie. They bring in a Malamar. This is kind of tough. I want to bring it into a range where Mewtwo can help, or where Cresselia can handle it, which is why I throw the payback. Now Grass Knot should be somewhat threatening. And they probably think I'm very weak to Malamar, which is why they want to keep it around. So I go for the Grass Knot immediately, because then I get to it right before they get to the foul play. They throw another foul play, and Cresselia can just about live this. It's so valuable. And we get to another one on CMP. But this is fine, because now they have no energy. And now we can bring in Mewtwo to farm up energy on this Psycho Cut damage. Mewtwo really likes farming up energy when the opponent is not doing a lot of fast move damage. So, yeah. Go up. And I'm not sure if they were trying to catch, but I still don't really want to take this Volt Switch. So we throw the Side Strike. They're one away. They bring back in Malamar, so we catch as well. If you can do it, we can do it. And now the Malamar is switch locked. We go up to almost 100 energy. I think it's triple resisted this Side Strike. Is it enough? It's not. So they get to another foul play. They went one over, so they're 4 away. Can we farm them down in 4 Psycho Cuts? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can. And what's in the back? It's a Bronzong. No reason to bait here. We are gonna get to 2 Shadow Balls. Do they call it? They do. Boom! One shot the Bronzong. Easy game. Next game, we lead into a Galarian Rapidash, and they swap in a Victini. Yeah, this is where I realized this is not a very good team. You can't get core broken by Victini and Malamar in this meta. That's pretty bad. We go for the shield, and of course bait, because Victini just always shields here, especially when it's debuffed. And I'm thinking they're going to go up to the back-to-back, so I catch it on Cresselia, because Cresselia can live 2 V-creates from Victini. And then because they're so debuffed, I'm thinking I can farm them down afterwards. I really like this play. Take the second V-create, and then we Psycho Cut the Victini down. And then they bring in the Bronzong. I throw at the last second here, or as late as I can, because in case they get the attack debuff, I want them to get it as late as possible, so they get less farm. Because if they got the attack debuff earlier, they would have gotten more feint attack damage by being debuffed. I bring in Mewtwo, they throw a move after 10, so they're at the payback. I even have to shield the Heavy Slam, they do bait. And then I go up, try to catch the Body Slam, they don't fall for it, so we get off the Heavy Slam instead. They pretty much have to shield this. They're at 7 Psycho Cuts now. They farm up even more, go for what I assume is a Mega Horn. It is, it doesn't take us out. I have a very good Bronzong. And then they farm up even more perfect counting by my opponent, so they actually come out with a Body Slam, meaning I have to go for my Side Strike immediately here. So I do on CMP. Mewtwo once again wins every single CMP. It's so attack weighted. Come out with a bit of energy, and they still have that Bronzong. And we get to the Shadow Ball, and Mewtwo sweeps another game for us. Boom! Takes out another Bronzong. Next game. This is where we switch up the team to have a Alolan Raichu in the lead instead, still with Cresselia and Mewtwo. I think this is a better team, because now we're trying to have Raichu get their shields, and then Mewtwo's gonna be better in the back. So we take the first shield with a Thunder Punch, and I call that this is a Body Slam. Raichu does win the 1 shield here, and a lot of people like to bait. But then I shield the second one because I want to try and force the second shield. It sets up Mewtwo better. But then they swap in their Alolan Raichu with Thunder Shock. And I'm thinking they're going to go up to back. So I want to CMP tie them on the first one, so that I can get off my Grass Knot without spending a shield, but whilst they're also debuffed. And I think that's pretty nice play as well. So we get it off, they shield it, they farm up a bit more. Do we shield and get off another Grass Knot to take it out? No, we let it go, but it's only a Thunder Punch. So we can get off another Grass Knot. I decided to undercharge this. I wasn't sure how much it would do. It ends up being a terrible undercharge, because now they farm us down and come up with a bunch of energy. I thought it would do a lot more when the Raichu was debuffed. And then we lose CMP as well. But now they don't have enough energy to get to a move, so we can farm it down with Mewtwo. 1 shield up. What do they have in the back? They have a Victini. They outpace us before we get to the Shadow Ball, so we have to shield this V-Create. But now they're 5 away. They bring in their Rapidash. We go for the Side Strike right before they get to another move. This is enough. Boom, take out the Rapidash. And they bring back in the Victini. It's 5 away, so we go up and CMP tie them for no reason. Just to show off, really. And Shadow Ball, boom, takes out the Victini. Another Mewtwo sweep. The last game. This game is incredible. I have saved the best for last. We lead into a Malamar. Have to shield the Raichu, unfortunately. But we can get up to 2 Thunder Punches before or at the same time as they get to their second foul play. So I'm thinking I'm gonna CMP tie them on the second one because Raichu wins CMP here. And that is what happens. Do they shield the second one? They do. So now they have no energy and they have no shields. This is a very nice spot. We can bring in Mewtwo to just farm up a lot of energy on this Malamar without taking a lot of fast move damage. And we have to go for the Shadow Ball because Side Strike would be triple resisted. Go up 1 before they get to their move. Wait a turn to make sure it's not caught. Throw in the middle of their fast move. Take out the Malamar with a Shadow Ball. What do they bring in? They choose to bring in their Victini to sacrifice it. Go for another Shadow Ball on the Victini. Mewtwo takes out the Victini as well. What do they have in the back? A Bronzong. Can we get to another Shadow Ball? We just about can. Mewtwo gets off the third Shadow Ball, takes out the third Pokemon as well. Goodbye, opponent. A complete sweep by Mewtwo. That was the last battle for today, and overall, I would not recommend using this team if you want to climb. I lost like 200 elo with it, but I did have a ton of fun in the games that I won. Fun fact of the day, a good serve Galarian Slowking, which if you don't know, Galarian Slowking gets served tomorrow, just like all the other slows, can beat Bruxish in the one shield. You do win the zero shields, but if you have a very good one and you're up against a semi-good Bruxish as well, you can win the one shield. The reason I'm saying this is because go check PvPoke, go run a multi-simulate battle in the Psychic Cup with Galarian Slowking. It's going to be legit, and if you can pick up this matchup as well, it's going to be even better, because Bruxish is one of the only Pokemon that actually beats Galarian Slowking in the one shield. And it also just doesn't lose a lot in the zero shields either. Other than that, I want to thank you for watching. If you like what you see, you want to see more, or you want to watch some videos where you're going to learn a bit more maybe, you can check out something up here. Other than that, like and subscribe, and hope to see you next time.